the second Cyprus ADHD conference is a result really of a lot of accumulation of many years of step-by-step activities. It's all a process.
The conference is something we need desperately in Cyprus because I have a child. The last 6 years she needed help and we cannot find proper help. With this we can see light in the future.
Diagnosis helps because you know what you're dealing with and you know where you can go to try and get the appropriate help. We're not in a position yet to be able to have all of these interventions and everything going on where we can just tap into a certain behavior and know what to do about it. So it's a step-by-step process that we have to go through.
It is important for us to make sure that proper assessment does take place. I mean, I'm not being, it's a pity slide, but the main thing is that it is important that we do address other issues such as family discord, such as food, such as media impact. So because we want to make sure we're getting this right. There's not a label for everybody, by the way, and there's not always a diagnostic term for why certain people aren't doing things, which is why a credible assessment, making sure the evaluation is thorough, is right. Because we want to be making sure that the approaches that we take for certain students are because of the right reasons.
I think it's great to have Sue and the ADHD organization in Cyprus, because it's like a little harbor for us. We feel we belong somewhere, and it's a source of information for us and inspiration. ADHD can be very difficult on the family, on the child, at school. As we all know, it has a lot of impact in all areas of life for the child and around the child. So it's great to know that we can always learn more. I've learned a lot today in this conference, much more than I learned last year. And it really touches me to know that I'm not alone in this.
Many times, you know, kids, they try to do things, they get excited. I'll work with them and I'll motivate them and they want to make change, but they just don't know the steps that they need to take to solve their problems. They're not good at problem solving. And if they have failure after failure after failure, that motivation that I'm trying to instill in them goes away. You can't sustain it. So I want them to make sure that they have success, even in small things. They've got to build on that. They start with something small and build on it.
I've been a member of the ADHD group for about 2 years now, and with the help of Sue, my son has been attending special ADHD classes at the centre through a special education teacher, and that's really helped. And I just, Sue invited me to come today, and I'm very happy to be here, and so far the speech has been very informative, and there's been some very good explanations of what ADHD is and how we can help our children deal with life in general and their education.
You know, what happens to these kids who are untreated and they just sort of slip somewhere into society, not even knowing why they are as they are. Because I have a lot of parents who say to me, well, you know, I can't really bring my child to your centre to see, you know, either for kids club or for some support, because what will I tell them? My simple answer to them is that they know that they have something that is not quite, let's put it in inverted commas, the norm, and so they can tell you how they feel. So hiding something is not really an option. You just have to be just more casual about it, and if you make a big deal, they'll make a big deal.